Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. My name is Alex, and in this video I'll tell you about a foreigner who escapes through a bathroom window to avoid capture for overstaying his visa, a hero Filipino fireman saves a dog's life, a threat for the office of the Philippines Vice President. This Southeast Asian city has been ranked number 2 best city in the world. Find out why and which city it is. Leave a comment down below, see if you can guess which city that is, and stick around to the end of this video. Somebody accused me of something. I was gonna kick him off, but I'm like, wait a minute, this is a great opportunity to educate this man. Here's our main story. Immigration authorities in Phang Nga province arrested a 64-year-old German national who attempted to escape through a window during a raid on Monday in Thailand. The suspect, identified as Rainer, had been living illegally in Thailand for 4 months in the district of Phang Nga, officials said. According to immigration officer, Rainer had previously been deported from Thailand. Following intelligence reports, authorities tracked him to a residence in Mu 1 district where he found to be staying without proper documentation. When officers arrived at the property and identified themselves as immigration officials, Rainer refused to exit the house and attempted to flee through a bathroom window. Officers quickly apprehended him after a brief pursuit. Come on, bro. You ain't in no shape to be running away from the police. Come on, man. I know those police them look older, but through a window, I gotta give it up to you for the effort, but that just shows you how many people want to stay down here in Southeast Asia, whether it be Thailand, Philippines, wherever. People love it down here. So do I, but you gotta do it properly. The least you could do is stay up to date with your visa. Come on, bro. Do a visa run, do a border run. Stay here as a retired individual. Next up in the Philippines, the Office of the Vice President suspended operations on Monday, March 24th, after a staff member received a threat via text message. Whoa, well, I'm glad nothing happened. Via text message, a little strange, but maybe they were trying to avoid being detected through their voice. Then again, this is why SIM registration is important. Although, as we talked about, they can easily overstep that process of registering SIM under the individual's name. You can just buy it, pay somebody, do all kinds of stuff. But aside from that, I'm happy it wasn't a serious threat. Speaking of law and threat and this and that, the Bureau of Immigration Philippines has implemented a new policy requiring direct flights for the deportation of foreign nationals involved with Philippines offshore gaming operators. What does that mean? That means so whoever's involved in that basically operation, whether Koreans, Chinese, whoever they are, they have to go directly to their home country. They cannot lay over somewhere in the Middle East or somewhere in Hong Kong, for example. So, of course, they're going to try to get out the airport and never go back to their home country. I think it's a smart move. I would have assumed that would have been like a step in place already, but a good thing they caught it now. I have a feeling somebody tried to escape and they booked him like, yo, let's do this. Let's do like direct flights. Next up in the Philippines, Finance Secretary Ralph G. Recto has obtained a total of 65 billion pesos in loans from Japan to fast-track the rollout of infrastructure projects and provide budget support for climate change and health programs. That's a whole lot of money to get to improve your sector, those industries mentioned. It looks like Philippines and Japan are really working closely together. They got military ties. They're in talks with that right now. Financial, obviously, loans like this. And the visa situation where they're now going to open up 5 new visa processing centers in the Philippines, Japanese, basically, consulates, right? And they want to try to go ahead and make it free for some Filipinos to obtain that visa, so no application fee and all that. So it looks like they're taking all the steps necessary to go ahead and make that friendship even stronger. Speaking of friendships, no better friend to a man than a dog. This is the video that went viral early this month after it showed a Filipino fireman, later identified as John Pacaldo, trying to revive a dog that was trapped in a burning house during a fire in Mandaue City. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. I didn't actually watch that video because it is graphic, of course, and I don't want to see a dog suffering. I'm not really sure if it survived, so maybe you guys can help me find out the end results. Regardless, it's the thought behind it. Someone trying to save a dog, even though it's not a human. I love dogs. I'm sure you guys know that by now. I don't know. Anytime I get a chance to put that in there, I do it. So if you guys want to save somebody, donate to some place, consider to like a dog shelter or just to vaccinate them. Especially in the Philippines, a lot of stray dogs. They're in terrible condition down here, to be frank and honest, and they get really mistreated by some people. So if you want to do your part in the Philippines, consider doing something for the innocent animals. Next up, this city has been named the world's second best city of 2025. I don't know how, even though it's just the beginning. But anyways, give it up for Bangkok, the second best city in the world and officially the best city in Asia in 2025. That records an incredible jump of 22 spots from our 2024 roundup of the world's best cities. So, what propelled Bangkok to the top? So you know you're really getting a bang for your buck when eating out in Bangkok. A Time Out staff says it boils down to a few essential factors: the friendliness of their locals, the city's rich cultural heritage, its green spaces, and the trendy nightlife scene in Tanglor and Ikamai. It helps that BTS SkyTrain and MRT systems have been expanded, so getting around Bangkok is easier than ever before. If you talk to any locals, there's one standout: the food. 86% say the fare in Bangkok is good or amazing, and 84% say the meals are affordable too. If you intend to visit, do it soon, because Bangkok's event calendar is currently heaving with fascinating exhibitions and workshops thanks to the Bangkok Art Biennale. Biennale? I don't know what a Biennale is, but I've been going to Bangkok for the past 12 years. I love that city. Definitely top 3 cities I'll say I've ever been to. I can see why I rank number 2 in the world, and number 1, I wonder what number 1 is. I should have read that, but I'm assuming it's either Tokyo or London, if I have to guess. But back to Bangkok. Let me know if you've been to Bangkok. What are your experiences, and why do you think it ranked number 2 when it comes to the best cities in the world? For me, I think the number 1 thing is just the cost of living compared to what you get. So it's not just the affordability, it's the quality, and everything in Bangkok. It's amazing. I'm a big fan of that city. BKK, Swanapum, Don Muang, here I come. At some point soon in the future. Next up, talking about amazing cities, now over 80,000 tourists have flocked to the Angkor Wat equinox. Over 80,000 visitors gathered at Angkor Wat in Cambodia to witness the spring equinox, where the rising sun aligns perfectly with the temple's central tower. This rare event, rooted in Khmer Empire's celestial architecture, drew tourists and photographers from around the world. Attendance rose 34% compared to the previous year, giving a major boost to local tourism. Business saw increased revenue, and officials praised the peaceful turnout, promising continued investment in heritage tourism. Once again, Siam Reap, that city, brand new international airport, people flocking to the Angkor Wat, fantastic place. I highly recommend it if you've never visited. And in a very quick entertainment news, international pop star Mariah Carey, kind of scary, will be visiting Manila to perform as a part of her celebration of Mimi World Tour. I always thought she had a wonderful voice, especially in the 90s. She had a whole bunch of nice R&B songs, and I just like the fact that she's in a beef with Eminem. So anyway, so let's not get into all that. And now it's time for our segment Yesterday Today, where I share some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. But first, let me go ahead and address that man that accused me of making yesterday's thumbnail a racial thing and having some kind of agenda. Let me go ahead and read to you exactly what he said. I'm gonna blur his face just in case, do him a little bit of professional courtesy or whatever. So this person says, yesterday's video thumbnail, if you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. And so this guy says, making only the black man as your thumbnail seems like you're pushing an agenda. I wonder why you didn't put the other faces in your thumbnail. Soon, you will be viewed in the Philippines just as the very thing you're promoting. Good luck. Alright, so you must be new to the channel. I was going to kick this dude right off, but I'm going to take this chance to go and educate him and others that think I have some kind of agenda. Firstly, buddy, I don't care if you're black, blue, white, purple, it doesn't matter to me. That's not in my heart. I only judge you based on your actions and your character. In response, I said I was going to kick you off the channel and not waste my time explaining myself to you, but as a person of color myself and someone with zero hate for any ethnicity in his heart, allow me to explain. Number 1, the thumbnail ratio being 16:9 would cut off both their images, leaving it looking funny. If I were to do a 1/3, it will not be as visible on a phone. It will be smaller, obviously, per se. Also, just like every other one of my videos, it's 2 images, me and the main story. Number 2, he's the only American from the 2. Being as 80% of my audience is from the US, it only makes sense to include only him. Number 3, he's the one linked to the cartel in line with my video title. And number 4, I suggest you take a look at my main channel, A Living Abroad Alex, and see how many black men are featured in a positive light and how many I've actually helped. Currently helping Jay, a homeless black man on the streets in the Philippines. I have a GoFundMe for him, went to immigration with him, taking care of his housing and food and all that. So, no, my guy, it's not about race, and I don't have an agenda, and that goes for any of you guys. And also, I'm not angry. I just want to educate this person and anybody else that thinks I have some kind of agenda to push a racial thing. I don't care. It's never about the race. I'm not a political person. I don't care if you like Trump, if you hate Trump. I don't care if you like fucking Trudeau, Pierre, whatever. None of that shit matters to me. You know what I mean? And also, there's going to be times where I agree with somebody, but not their whole personality. Or I disagree with a part of their, what do you call it, political views. It's not about that, man. Live your life yourself. Don't go ahead and try to, I don't know, put people in a box. And if I do fall under a box, so what? It's not like it's the end of the world. You and I might disagree on certain things. Doesn't mean that we have to like basically fight or whatever. Let's go on to some positive stuff. A big thank you to Soto, 75 with the $2 USD super thanks. Thank you so much. And a $5 SVA Astra donation as well. If you guys don't know, under the video there's like a little heart with a money sign. That's a super thanks. You can go ahead and donate to the channel that way, or you can buy me a coffee. I've left a link in the description down below. Actually, I was really surprised to see like the gauge. It goes from like I think $2 or $5 all the way up to $500. If I ever get a $500 super thanks, I'll jump off that window. But honestly, if you guys are ever considering that, just go ahead and do it on Buy Me a Coffee, so YouTube doesn't take like $250 out of your pocket and my pocket. They already got enough money. Mario says, I read that the lady that was denied entry into the US because she was involved in a felony at some point. Yes, this is in regards to the 64-year-old Filipino, a resident over 50 years in the US that was denied entry. I didn't know the full story. I just read whatever the heck was in that article. Once again, guys, this is not like actual journalism. I'm just like I was gonna swear again. I'm just like a parrot, basically. I see some stories that I think are interesting, and I bring it to you guys. I highly recommend you actually do proper research if you're curious about any of the stories. That's why they're so short. They're really like summarized. It's not the whole thing, right? So anything I say, don't take it as 100%. Sometimes, like yesterday, I made an error actually. I said former President Donald Trump, because that's how the article was written. So whenever that was written, that's when I read it of, and I didn't catch that. So thank you guys for pointing that out. The current president, Donald Trump. Kevin says, any of us living in the Philippines can be detained upon arriving and possibly denied entry. It is not just the USA. I would like to hear the full story on why that Filipina was detained. Yes, as we just talked about. Philip says, at 706, some Pinoys keep their permanent residence status and do not become U.S. citizens because they have property in the Philippines and want to keep control of it. Ah, okay, that makes sense. And Blue Reader says, number one, the Filipino woman had 50 years to become a U.S. citizen. Two, it is President Trump, not former. Yes, thank you. I just said that. I was born outside the U.S. and the child of a naturalized citizen. No tears for me. Some like to keep their outside citizenship so they can play both countries from the middle. That way, the families can go back and forth as citizens and not have to deal with immigration. People from Japan do the same thing, not just Filipinos. And that's it for this video. As you can tell, I'm in a new room, new place right now. Oh, I just noticed the light behind me is on. I wish I turned that off. My bad, y'all. So, whatever. I'm getting used to this stuff, and I'll let you know how this place turns out to be. It is a little bit musky, so I done opened the windows. Hopefully, this gets aired out a little bit. I don't think somebody lived here for quite a while. And thank you for watching. Share your thoughts down below. Let me know anything you want to talk about. If you take your time to write it, I'll take your time to respond. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Time out staff writer Kawitwat Sinawakwak